Have you ever woken up in the morning, stretched, felt good about the day ahead, then said a simple good morning to someone beside you, and immediately wished you hadn't? Or maybe you've been on the receiving end. Someone leans in for a morning conversation, and you instinctively pull back just a little. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, and it makes you wonder, why does my mouth smell so bad in the morning when I brushed my teeth before bed? If that's ever happened to you, relax. You're not broken, you're not dirty, and you're definitely not alone. Morning breath is one of the most universal human experiences. Even people with excellent oral hygiene wake up with it. The real question is not whether it happens, but why it happens. Let's break it down in a simple, intelligent way. While you're awake during the day, your mouth is constantly active. You're talking, chewing, swallowing, drinking water. Most importantly, you're producing saliva. Saliva is not just spit. It's one of your body's most powerful natural defense systems. It washes away food particles, neutralizes acids, and keeps bacteria under control. But when you fall asleep, everything changes. Saliva production drops dramatically at night. Your mouth becomes dry, and when saliva decreases, bacteria take advantage of the situation. Your mouth contains hundreds of different types of bacteria. Most of them are harmless, and some are even helpful. But certain bacteria feed on leftover food particles, dead cells, and proteins in your mouth. As they break these down, they release sulfur compounds. These sulfur compounds are what produce that unpleasant smell we call morning breath. So the real cause of morning breath isn't just bad hygiene. It's reduced saliva combined with normal bacterial activity. Think of it like this. During the day, your saliva acts like a cleaning crew constantly sweeping the floor. At night, the crew goes home. The bacteria throw a party. Now let's go deeper. Dry mouth, also called xerostomia, plays a major role. Some people naturally produce less saliva at night. Others sleep with their mouths open, especially if they snore or have nasal congestion. Mouth breathing dries the oral tissues even more, creating the perfect environment for odor-producing bacteria. If you've ever woken up with your tongue feeling sticky or coated, that's part of the story. The tongue, especially the back portion, is one of the biggest sources of bad breath. Its surface has tiny grooves that trap bacteria and debris. When saliva flow decreases, that buildup intensifies overnight. Diet also plays a part. If you eat strong-smelling foods like garlic, onions, or spicy dishes at dinner, some of the odor-causing compounds enter your bloodstream after digestion. They travel to your lungs and are released when you breathe. That means even if you brush thoroughly, certain smells can still show up the next morning. High-sugar diets make things worse. Sugar feeds bacteria. The more sugar available, the more active those bacteria become, and the more sulfur compounds they produce. Smoking is another major factor. Tobacco dries out the mouth and leaves behind its own strong odor. It also increases the risk of gum disease, which is a significant cause of chronic bad breath. Smokers often experience more intense morning breath because they combine dryness, bacterial overgrowth, and lingering smoke residue. Now let's talk about oral hygiene. Brushing before bed is essential, but brushing alone may not be enough. If you skip flossing, tiny food particles remain trapped between your teeth overnight. Bacteria feed on those particles for hours while you sleep. That's like leaving leftovers out on the kitchen counter and wondering why it smells in the morning. Gum disease is another hidden contributor. When plaque builds up along the gum line and isn't removed, it can lead to inflammation and infection. The bacteria involved in gum disease produce particularly strong odors. If someone has persistent bad breath that doesn't improve with brushing, flossing, and mouthwash, it may be a sign of underlying periodontal issues. Medical conditions can also influence morning breath. Acid reflux can bring stomach acids and odors into the mouth during sleep. Sinus infections cause mucus to drain into the throat, which bacteria then break down, producing odor. Diabetes, especially when poorly controlled, can sometimes create a distinct fruity or acetone-like smell due to changes in metabolism. Even certain medications can reduce saliva production, increasing dryness overnight. It's important to understand that morning breath is normal, but extremely strong, persistent bad breath may signal something deeper. Now let's address a few common myths. One myth is that mouthwash alone solves the problem. Many commercial mouthwashes simply mask odor temporarily with strong flavors. Some even contain alcohol, which can dry out the mouth further, making the problem worse over time. Another myth is that brushing harder will fix it. Aggressive brushing doesn't eliminate bacteria more effectively. It can actually damage enamel and irritate gums. There's also the belief that chewing gum is a cure. Sugar-free gum can stimulate saliva production temporarily, which helps during the day, but it doesn't address the root cause overnight. So what actually works? First, focus on thorough nighttime oral hygiene. Brush your teeth gently but effectively for at least 2 minutes before bed. Use fluoride toothpaste. Floss carefully to remove trapped particles. And don't forget your tongue. A gentle tongue scraper or brushing your tongue can significantly reduce bacterial buildup. Second, stay hydrated throughout the day. Proper hydration supports saliva production. If you're dehydrated, your mouth will be drier at night. Third, avoid heavy, strong-smelling meals right before bed. If you do eat late, brush afterward. Limiting sugar intake, especially at night, reduces bacterial fuel. Fourth, consider your breathing habits. If you snore heavily or often wake up with an extremely dry mouth, it may be worth discussing with a healthcare professional. Addressing nasal congestion or sleep-related breathing issues can reduce dryness. Fifth, maintain regular dental checkups. Professional cleanings remove hardened plaque, known as tartar, that you can't remove at home. Your dentist can also identify early signs of gum disease or other conditions. Let me share a simple, real-life scenario. Imagine two people. Both brush their teeth every night. One of them also flosses, cleans their tongue, drinks enough water, and limits late-night snacks. The other skips flossing, eats sugary snacks before bed, and often sleeps with their mouth open. In the morning, both will likely have some level of morning breath, but the intensity will be very different. Morning breath is not a sign of personal failure. It's biology. Your body slows down, saliva decreases, bacteria do their thing. The key is managing the environment. There's also something empowering about understanding what's happening in your body. Instead of feeling embarrassed, you can say, "This is normal, and I know how to handle it." If you want to take it one step further, you can incorporate small habits that make a big difference. Keep a glass of water by your bed. When you wake up, drink water before speaking much. That alone can help rinse your mouth and stimulate saliva. Make tongue cleaning part of your daily routine. And if bad breath persists despite good habits, don't ignore it. It's okay to seek professional advice. Your mouth is not isolated from the rest of your body. Oral health reflects overall health. Paying attention to something as simple as morning breath can sometimes lead you to discover and address bigger issues early. So the next time you wake up and notice that familiar taste or smell, don't panic. Don't feel ashamed. Understand that your mouth has simply been in sleep mode. What matters is what you do next. Morning breath is a reminder of how dynamic your body is. Even while you sleep, bacteria are active, systems are shifting, and balances are changing. With simple, consistent habits, you can minimize it significantly. As you go to bed tonight, think about your routine. Are you giving your mouth the care it needs before those 7 or 8 hours of reduced saliva? Small adjustments can create noticeable changes. And tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll know exactly why your mouth feels the way it does. Not because something is wrong with you, but because biology is doing what biology does. The difference is, now you understand it. And when you understand something, you have the power to improve it.